So I just got done with this header and intake. You know, these are nice pieces. You know, they're done based off the cams. I do an equation to calculate length and width. This intake is gx390, so it'll bolt up to here, and then this fits 38 TILLOTSON, I believe. Customer had sent me in a template, basically like he traced the gasket, and I just blued it onto some aluminum, put some dicom on it, and just stuck it to a piece of aluminum, cut out the flange, and then just selected the tube size based off this. I have a large selection of aluminum tube in here, and then made the flange based off of the gx390 head that I have here. I just mounted it to an engine that I had sitting here. So that's a pretty cool piece. And then yeah, the header pipes. I make a lot of these for customers. Actually, I have another one sitting here. This one's been polished. This one is for 212 for another client, and this is the 390 version. Again, they're based off the cams and stuff like that, so you know, really light pieces. I've run one on my own personal bike for a year now, without a failure. So you know, people had asked back in the beginning if the billet material was strong enough. I was even wondering that myself, but it seems to hold up quite fine. And you can polish them up to like a chrome-like shine, and they don't blacken, they don't need to be painted, they don't rust like the steel pipes. Like here's a steel pipe here that I just use when I'm welding. Basically, I'll take, you know, the pipe that I'm making and put it on there so I can rotate it easily. But look how nasty these. This is the wrap muffler. This is basically the header that you get from, you know, anywhere. I mean, these things get gross, you know, and that'll never happen with these billet pieces. So if you guys need any intakes, custom intakes made, there's a lot of carburetors out there that you guys might want to try to get on an engine, whether it's a 212 or a gx390. You know, big thing these, you know, now is getting like 32 millimeter carbs onto gx212s, or, you know, like 240s and up, basically like board stroke versions of the 212 head. So intakes for that are pretty common to make. And you know, any intake, you know, basically over 32 millimeter, which is the intake they make, you know, that's pretty common for the gx390s. Basically the billet piece, the inside diameter is usually 32 millimeter. So if you're doing like a 34 millimeter, 36, 38, 40, or like on my engine, I have a 42 millimeter carb, so definitely have to go to a billet piece on that. And you could see here, this is the gasket surface area that's left. This is a 38 millimeter carb, and there's not much gasket surface left. So you know, after about, you know, this size carburetor or smaller would be fine, but after this you're gonna have to go to a welded intake tube. Just because there's no gasket surface left, you're gonna actually have to weld the tube directly to the head. It's also something I do here. If you want to just send me the head, I can weld on the intake tube. So Paul from Paul's Karts, another video on billet intake and exhaust. Thanks, have a nice day.